Travis obviously did not drop Jackboys 2 yesterday or on his birthday, April 30th, like he said he would. He actually told us that that's going to be the date. That didn't happen. That's not a problem though, because in the meantime, we did get a lot of new info. We did get new snippets and a trailer for JB2. So today we got to talk about all of this and what the actual status of the record is right now, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So quick recap, we obviously didn't get a record, but it sure looked like it because Travis did post a couple of posts on his Instagram that suggested that he would be dropping on his birthday, which, if you look that up, would have been on April 30th. That didn't happen. People thought it would be the week of, which would have been May 2nd. That was yesterday. That also didn't happen, obviously. We would have gotten Jackboys 2 at this point, but we don't have it, so you don't need to check Spotify. But it's not a problem, because just 2 days ago, he did give us new info on the record. He did post a trailer for the record and also maybe a possible movie connected to it on his Instagram. Now, this was obviously also reposted by Cactus Jack entirely, and it looks really cool. We also did get new snippets in that video. Sadly, I cannot play them for you because they are immediately getting copyrighted as of right now, which could also be a very good sign because they're already in that sort of realm of the metadata being like in the background. It's already listed, they're uploaded, they're getting copyrighted. So that might be a good sign. That's not a snippet that is just freely floating around there. There is something behind this that could be dropping really soon, but it's a pretty long video, to be honest. And it might look like a music video to some people. We do have a switch in there. We did get a second snippet in there as well. And at the end, it looks like that was going to be the trailer for the movie. We're going to be talking about that in a second as well, but that was really exciting. In the caption as well, he said JB2, and at the end of the trailer, we also get a Jackboys 2 scream. So this sure means that that is actually connected to Jackboys 2 and it's not like a solo record. The music also doesn't sound like it. We do have that more mellow, still hard-hitting Travis sound, and at the end, we have a beat switch to a little bit more of that psychedelic sound. It sounds really cool. Make sure to go listen to it. Let's talk about what they also have connected to this, because in the caption from Cactus Jack and Travis right now, you have a link to jackboys2.net. And if you go to that website, you can actually purchase the vinyl and merch connected to the record. And this means that likely something is coming very soon. Now, this didn't drop on May 2nd, yesterday, which would have been the best Friday to do it. But if you just go through the store, you can tell that you can already purchase the vinyl, for example, and also the merch connected with the digital album. Now, if Travis is not stupid, he would likely connect this to the actual album rollout, the first week sales. We know that this is what they usually do with these vinyls. And also, if you consider that the vinyl is $15, you can see that he likely wants people, as many people as possible, to purchase this vinyl, because sometimes vinyls are very expensive. They come in different bundles. I mean, in this case, you also have bundles. But I think that the strategy is that he wants to have the threshold for purchasing the vinyl, which would then count as an album sale, as low as possible, so that many people purchase this starting now this last Friday, or at least any of these days, so that the vinyls ship out until next week. And then when the album drops next week, which would then be May 9th, they would count as first week sales. I think that's the strategy behind this. So I do think that there's a very high possibility that this record is dropping next week, May 9th, just because of the sales strategy. It would just make so much sense. And if you're putting up vinyls for $15, you're definitely not trying to miss out on those counting as sales. Now, the merch also looks pretty cool. It's Travis merch. It looks very similar to stuff he's done in the past. We can tell that they have this logo with the 2 and the Jackboys on top. It sure looks like that's also part of the movie. Speaking of the movie, you can also purchase different versions of the movie. We don't know when this is coming out, how this is connected to it. The only thing we have right now is that trailer, the second part of the video that he posted, but we know that he's been working on multiple different stuff from his interviews that he's given over the past couple of weeks. so likely we can expect something that is connected to the music to drop as well. Now also, over the past couple of days, we've been getting a lot of more stuff from Cactus Jack in general. We've gotten new shoes, we've gotten new sneaker collab, we've gotten the collab with the jerseys from Barcelona. Those sure look pretty cool, and I guess that's all part of the momentum they're trying to have right now for going into this and for, trying to push this whole Cactus Jack agenda. I mean, we kind of haven't heard from them in a very long time. We also can tell that Fago is going to be on the record, not only because we did have that tweet from his manager who confirmed that Jackboys would be coming first before Fago's solo record, but also because Fago is just listed on the stuff that you can purchase online. So that's likely just going to be that's him on there, which is going against a lot of people suspecting that he wasn't going to be on the record and that Travis was kind of kicking him out of the label. That's not the case. He's on here. I think that's a good sign. We've been saying it for years, he's up next. So to really address this quite directly, when is Jackboys 2 dropping? Now, considering this entire strategy, I do believe it's going to be next week. Also, we talked about this last video, but the first Jackboys back in December of 2019, which was 5 years ago at this point, or 5.5 years at this point, is already 2025. That record also didn't have a huge rollout. It also kind of surprise dropped. So this is even more than I thought we would get. I mean, after Travis posted that picture of his mom's birthday and her telling him to drop it on his birthday, which would have been a couple of days later on April 30th, I thought we would be getting no rollout at all. I thought that was just going to be it, and the record drops that Wednesday or that Friday, May 2nd. The fact that this didn't happen and we did get a lot of new info, to me, means that this record is dropping next week, combined with everything else. I think that's pretty much set, and we can't expect a lot of stuff else to drop. I don't think we're getting a single. Maybe I Love My Bitch was the single. Maybe 4x4 was the single. Both of them didn't perform or were received that well, so it's not looking too good. So at this point, you just gotta come through with the music. Another single that really doesn't hit home wouldn't do this any good. And also the fact that we've gotten these 2 new snippets, I think just means that there's no more singles. This album is dropping next with nothing else before it, and I think we can look forward to it next week, May 9th. As always, I'll keep y'all updated if anything new happens, so make sure you stay subscribed. But it's sure looking like Jackboys 2 is actually dropping. This also paves the way for the solo records from all of them, from Fago, from Sheck Wes, from also Travis, Mirage. We're still looking at that, paving the way for them to drop as well later on in the year, or in the case of Travis, next year. But as always, I'll keep you updated. But let me know what you think about all of this. When you think Jackboys 2 is dropping, what you think the trailer means, if you think that the movie connected to it has any meaning, or the stuff online, the vinyl sales, mean that this thing is dropping next week. All of your thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.